Quantic Media.
Alright fellas, how's it going? This is a pair of Skorpions, and we're on jungle domination, and it's not often a wise choice to combine the two, but I'm not a very wise man, and I decided I'd whack on the twin Skorpions for this jungle domination. Now, surely that's not going to turn out too well, considering jungle is entirely made up of long lines of sight, well out of SMG and shotgun range, and especially out of dual-wielding hip-firing range. Well, that's mostly true, but it's not entirely true. But before I go into more detail, let's take a moment to check out this cool cat, and remember this guy for later. Make a note. Okay, mental note made, let's carry on. There are some parts of this map that will favour SMG range. The main area in my mind would be the Burning Village, and the Burning Village is the area next to A, and just up the ladder we're heading towards now. Up a little further from there, that entire area, as long as you're weaving in and out properly, going between box, to hut, to village, to barrel, to that little howitzer at the back, as long as you're weaving your way in and out of those little things, doing a little dance, you're going to be pretty hard to shoot, and you're going to get within range fairly easy. You just got to make sure you're getting your groove properly and you do your shimmies right, and you'll be able to weave in and out like a champion. The other area is the ruins, which is basically the entire area around the A flag, where all the brick walls are. That's a lot more risky, because they will all be spawning around you, and while it is pretty hard to flip that spawn, it is possible that you could push too far in, and it will flip their spawns over to C. The last thing you want to happen when you're using a close quarters gun, especially twin Skorpions, is for their spawns to flip away from A. As long as they're spawning at A, most of the fights I end up charging into will happen around the village, and it allows me to get away with goofy shit like this. The reason that this is working for me right now is because we started the game off at C, and they started off at A. We got B first, and as a result, we're caging them in, and the only areas outside of the A flag area are the close quarter zones. So as long as I'm rushing in but not directly flipping the spawn, I'm forever surrounded in close quarter areas. Therefore my Skorpions will actually do some fucking work on jungle. So there is a method to the madness, but method alone is not going to save you every time, so I've got a crossbow to add to the formula, and the crossbow is 90% of the time my preferred secondary. No matter how well practiced you are, your plan will not work every time. At some point in the game, someone's going to be out of your range, and you will not be able to hit them with Skorpions, and you will not be able to weave your way towards them, and you might be out of grenades. When you eventually find yourself in that situation, the crossbow is a wonderful get out of jail card. Although, if you don't use the crossbow much, you might think it's a bit impractical and tough to use. I'm not sure I'd want to rely on that to save my life. Well, the crossbow isn't as hard to use as you might think. It's not like sticks and stones. Take sticks and stones out of your head, because it is not like that. In sticks and stones, everybody is moving around like an idiot. Some people are even running around trying to knife each other. It's nothing like that, because in this game, if someone's taking pot shots at you, say no, I'm trying to take B, and then you get your typical dude with his Galil, or with his M16, or with his AK-47, or with his FAMAS, and he's chilling out behind that rock. You all know the rock, right? That big one that everyone head glitches behind. You might say camping, you might not say camping, but either way, I'm not going to get him with Skorpions. He's an easy kill for the crossbow for me. The truth is, he's a typical dude. People in this game don't move. They don't. They will stand there, both feet planted to the ground, bold as brass, until you move. I mean, you can picture him now, halted like a statue, aimed down sight until you come out of cover. How many kill cams have you watched like that? These kind of guys are very easy to stick, because they're stood still. That's the difference between the guys in sticks and stones, and the guys in the regular game types. And it's not like you have to wait for people to be standing still to kill them with a crossbow. You can shoot on the ground, near moving targets, or in choke point areas, just like that. That's the beauty of explosives, and the crossbow is no exception. I will admit, it's not as easy to use as, say, the China Lake, or the RPG. So why use the crossbow over the RPG or the China Lake? Well, here's what makes all the difference for me. I'm a filthy whore for Scavenger Pro, and I love to spam shit everywhere. And if you are familiar with Scavenger, you will know that it does not resupply ammunition for the launchers. Admittedly, Scavenger Pro, you'll start off each life with an extra rocket for the RPG, or an extra 2 grenades for the China Lake. But that is it, you cannot resupply off the ground. The crossbow, on the other hand, is still a strong explosive weapon, but you can resupply the ammo. With Scavenger Pro, your crossbow will start off with 5 explosive bolts altogether, and you can continue to pick up more off the ground off of each corpse you find, and you'll have infinite explosive bolts. And you remember the mental note we made earlier of the gentleman sitting in the corner with the Warlord AUG and Second Chance Pro? Yeah, I got completely outplayed yet again. I'm a little angry, and I'm gonna go and chase his ass down. And while I am no Russian badger, I don't approve of his conduct, so I'm gonna go and chase his ass down. Unfortunately, I do not take his sandwich, but I do get some sweet revenge on him, although he kind of embarrassed himself with the way he was positioned. I don't really want to say camping, but I suppose I'll let you judge that for yourself. Would you consider this camp? Yeah, me too, yeah, fair enough. Whatever, back to the crossbow. With Scavenger Pro, you'll start with 5 explosive rounds, and you'll continuously pick up more and more and more as you walk over dead bodies. You might think, shit, that's kind of overkill, I don't think I'm going to go through 5 explosive rounds per life with a crossbow. I say, why the fuck not? At the end of the day, you don't need to see people with a crossbow to be able to kill them. That's the beauty of explosives. If you think an area is pretty high trafficked, and you think a lot of people might be passing through, why not just fire a Hail Mary explosive round there and see if you happen to blow any unfortunate souls up? You never know, it might get you a kill, and if it does, you're bound to come out with a big smile on your face because you weren't expecting it. If nothing happens, doesn't really matter. Nothing to lose because Scavenger Pro is just so damn sexy. Fire as many bolts as you like. It matters not with Scavenger. Now I understand, not everyone likes Scavenger. Admitted, I like Flak Jacket from time to time if I find myself walking on a lot of fucking landmines. The truth is, if you're going to Dual Skorpions, you pretty much need Scavenger Pro. That's kind of like the essential perk to have. It just so happens that I love Scavenger anyway, so why not make the most of it and fire everything I've got and then just resupply it later. And while the game isn't officially over yet, it is effectively over for me because the chopper gunner is up, and I hate friendly chopper gunners more than I hate enemy chopper gunners. I can shoot the enemy choppers down. Unfortunately, I can't shoot friendly Hueys down, and I'm forced to chase spawn flips and get 0 kills for what seems like an age, until they finally bugger off. Chopper gunners spoil the fun for everybody. Are we agreed? Yeah, I hope so. That was the game. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you're looking for similar kinds of gameplay or just me chatting about them, and you can find all sorts of that stuff on my channel, linked below. But for now, thanks for watching fellas, have a good day, and goodbye for now.